Have you ever loved someone without ever speaking a single word? A love so fragile, so delicate, that it lived only in unspoken moments, in glances, in silence, in the spaces between heartbeats? This is the story of such love. Love doesn't always need words. Sometimes it exists quietly in the curve of a smile, in the warmth of a gaze, the comfort of silence between two souls. This is not a story of confessions or promises shouted to the world. This is a story of two hearts, two built there. Entire love story without ever speaking it out loud. Welcome to Unseen Romance, where love stories live in mystery, silence, and timeless emotions. Don't forget to subscribe for more unseen tales of love. Their story began in the softest of ways. No dramatic music, no sudden spark. Just two strangers sitting across from each other in a quiet library. She was lost in her book. He was lost in the way she read. That day, no words were spoken, but something unspoken passed between them, like a gentle breeze, unseen yet undeniable. He noticed the way she tucked her hair behind her ear when she was nervous. She noticed how his eyes lingered a little longer than necessary. Nothing was said, and yet everything was felt. That's when it began. The love that lived in silence. Over the weeks, their paths crossed again. This time at a cafe. Different tables, same quiet presence. He would look up from his cup of coffee just as she looked away. She would leave her notebook slightly open, as though inviting his gaze. Their eyes met, their lips never moved, yet their hearts spoke louder than words ever could. Every small gesture became a sentence. Every glance became a paragraph. Her silence became a language, one only they understood. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't obvious. But it was real. Sometimes the strongest love doesn't scream, it whispers. They had so many chances to speak, to ask a simple question, to break the silence, but neither dared. Why? 'Cause silence was safe. Words had power. It could create. Magic, yes, but they could also destroy it. So they chose silence. A silence filled with unspoken promises, hidden confessions, and quiet longing. And strangely, it was enough. They were strangers to the world, but in truth, they were more than lovers. They were two hearts bound together by the love that lingered between their silences. Then, one day she was gone. Her seat at the cafe was empty. Her chair at the library untouched. He waited, telling himself maybe she was late. But the days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months. No goodbye, no explanation, just silence. And suddenly, the silence that once held love now held emptiness. Her absence was louder than her presence ever was. He realized then, silence could be both beautiful and cruel. Years passed. He moved on with life, but never with love. Every time he entered a cafe, he looked toward the corner, expecting her smile. Every time he opened a book, he remembered the way her eyes danced across pages. Every time, silence surrounded him. He heard her laughter in the echoes of memory. It wasn't an obsession. It wasn't madness. It was simply love. A love that never needed words, because it had already written itself in the quiet spaces of his soul. There. Story never had a beginning, and it never truly had an ending. It just lingered. Not every love story is built on confessions or happy endings. Some are built in silence. In glances, in pauses, in moments too fragile for words. This was one of them. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe to Unseen Romance, where the most powerful love stories are not the ones you see, but the ones you feel.